Hey guys, it's Iz, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact lore video. So last week, I said that I wanted to make another character video for this week, and I ended up asking you guys, who did you guys want to hear about? And the character that a lot of you requested and upvoted was Qiqi. So today, sit back and relax as we start to talk about Qiqi and what happened to her.
Children as special as Qiqi are few and far between. As a zombie, time has no effect on her, but she has difficulty committing things to memory. For Qiqi, perhaps this is a good thing. She can forget her past and be an herb gatherer at Boo Boo Pharmacy. But those who underestimate her just for being a child do so at their peril.
I am Qiqi. I am a zombie. And I forgot what comes next.
Well, let's get started by talking about why people started to have a lot of questions about Qiqi to begin with. At the end of Qiqi's trailer, we end up getting a couple curious questions.
As a zombie, Qiqi has escaped the grip of both time and death. How Qiqi entered this state of existence, I do not know, but I doubt it was of her own volition. Are the heavenly principles toying with her, or is fate seeking to torture her? Is an ordinary life of simple pleasures really a thing so fragile?
But it's not just that. Other questions arise for me after watching this trailer. Qiqi has a vision. Does this mean that zombies can receive visions? Are zombies in this world considered alive? Then what really determines when or how you receive a vision? With all these questions, why don't we start with what we know about Qiqi?
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you. Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry, I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
We first meet Qiqi while in Boo Boo Pharmacy. She requests for us to hunt a beast called a cocoa goat since she wants to drink cocoa milk. We learn from this quest that even if Qiqi is a zombie, she doesn't take orders from anyone else but herself. This is curious since usually in their culture, a zombie would only take orders from the person that brought them back to life. Well, it seems that when we look at what we know, we only get even more questions. Maybe we can figure it out by the vision route.
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
As far as we know, all visions are given by the gods and act as some sort of gateway to ascend to Celestia. And we now know that in order to receive a vision, you must show true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment. This lines up with what we know of visions, especially with what happened with Kaya, which I talked about in my last story video. So what happened to our little Qiqi? What did she witness that she received her own vision? More questions with no answers, but they will all be answered soon. This ancient story has long been forgotten by mortals. An ordinary herb-picking lass named Qiqi lost her way and trespassed into the realm of the Adepti. While searching and climbing the mountains for herbs, she injured her right leg in a fall. She hurriedly hid into a cavern to rest. Even occupied as she was bandaging her wounds, she could hear sounds that did not belong to the mortal plane. But she could have never expected that with a huge crash, she would forever be trapped between life and death. Whether Adepti or demon, just or wicked, all understood that she was an innocent mortal caught in the crossfire. She was severely wounded. She was hurting. She wanted to stop the clock from turning. She wanted to live happily again. She feared death. She wanted to live. She missed her family. These things coalesced at last into ice. If only I could freeze time. How wonderful would that be? As she thought thus, tears fell from the moribund girl's eyes upon the vision that had appeared before her. Perhaps it was by the will of heaven that she received a vision in her dying moments, and so ended the contention between Adepti and Demon. The Adepti could not bear to let her die, and each imparted to her a portion of their strength, meaning to breathe life back into her body. Qiqi did indeed awaken and live again, but went into a berserk state, unable to control the Adepti energy raging through her body. Seeking to end the disturbance, Mountain Shaper had no choice but to seal the hapless maiden in amber. After hundreds of years, Qiqi was discovered by humans, still trapped in amber, and was brought to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for burial. The mountain roads were treacherous, however, and the amber was bumped about. Coupled with the passing of many years, the seal on Qiqi was all but spent. She awakened in the middle of the night, broke the amber in secret, and fled. Following the herb-picking habits of her previous life, Qiqi headed straight for the hills. And by chance on the way, she met Baiju, the boss of Bubu Pharmacy, and he took her in. Now Baiju was a doctor of great skill, but he was hardly a man of high caliber or great courage. Even so, he took her in, regardless of her memory being so poor that she could not even sort herbs out. It does seem that his acceptance of Qiqi has something to do with his own personal pursuits. Even though Qiqi is stiff, she is not slow and has long realized this. However, she doesn't take it to heart. Perhaps she has seen too much or been alone for too long. But what remains true is she treasures his concern even if there's some other motive behind it. As of this day, she's happy looking for herbs for Bubu Pharmacy, even though her forgetfulness may get in the way sometimes. And since she was technically never awakened by anyone, she doesn't have a master, and that's why she only answers to herself. Although this is convenient for her, when mixed with her forgetfulness, things can get rough. If she gives herself simple orders like defeat the enemy, Qiqi has no problem fulfilling them. But when faced with complex instructions such as go to Julian Karst, climb the sheer rock faces, and pick herbs, Qiqi sometimes winds up stuck below the cliffs, unable to give up no matter how many times she tries and fails to scale the cliff. If ever this happens, the way to cancel this loop is to hug Qiqi from behind, tell her something like, "I love you the most," and the orders will dissipate, just like that. Unfortunately, there's just no element of sincerity when Baiju does it, leading to greatly reduced results. Maybe one day someone will come along who understands that such words cannot be spoken lightly, and slowly but carefully release the hold that Qiqi's orders have over her. And that's the story of Qiqi. I guess the storyteller was right. It is better if Qiqi forgets about her past considering all the things that she's been through, though being that forgetful will really get in the way sometimes. Well, at least she's aware of her forgetfulness and always keeps a notebook of the things she has to do, even if there are days where she also forgets to look at her notebook. One more fun fact about Qiqi that I found out about after reading her story is that her name literally means 7 sevens, which is likely a reference to a funeral ritual in Asian Buddhism, which lasts for 49 days, since 7 times 7 is 49.
The wind is frigid. I like it.
But that's it for this video. I want to thank my friend Kanokura for lending me his account to record the clips of Qiqi you see in this video. Luckily, he pulled her the other day. Thanks so much! I also want to thank Alyssa for giving me a nice area to start on for this video. And the last person I want to thank is you. I reached my first goal of 1,000 subscribers last week, and I'm so grateful that every one of you enjoy my videos enough to subscribe and keep coming back. Thanks so much for each of your support. Next goal is 5,000. Well, if you liked the video, please hit the like button and comment below what you think about it. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want more lore videos in the future. That's it for me, Ad Astra Abyssosk.